All right, so here we go. Y'all requested another Big Duke's joke pack. Y'all see y'all enjoyed the first joke pack, so I came up with a couple more, man. Put this pack together for y'all. Y'all already know how we do, man. I'm here to make you laugh, here to share some skits. You already know what it is, man. If you ain't laughing, you ain't living. You feel me? So let's get right down to it. So you had a bunch of nuns that went and bought this big building that was full of rooms. Now the head nun told all the other nuns, y'all partner up and y'all go pick a room and go paint your room before we put up any furniture into the room. But do not get one drop of paint on your uniforms. So two of the sisters walked into the room. The room was big. They said, man, it's going to be hard to paint this room without getting one drop of paint on your uniform. So they decided to just strip down naked. They folded the uniforms up, put it in the corner, and they started painting the room. A few seconds later, they heard a knock on the door. Boom, boom, boom. They said, who is it? They say, blind man. They looked at each other. They said, he blind, so we good. They walked to the door naked, opened up the door. The man looked them up and down and said, damn, God is good. He said, I'm just messing with you. Where y'all want me to hang these blinds? Okay, so you had this guy that was throwing a party with his family and friends. He ain't seen him in a long time, so it was like a gathering, a family gathering, after you've been away from each other so long. So they in there having party, music going, food, everything. So it was a knock at the door. So they turned the music down. The guy went to open up the door. It was the Grim Reaper. He said, oh my God. He said, please, who are you here for? Please tell me you're not here for me. Please, man, this is my first time being at my family after all these years. Please tell me you're not here for me. The Grim Reaper looked at his list. He said, yeah, you at the top of the list. I'm sorry, man. He said, please, man, I beg you, please. Just let me at least spend the rest of the day with my family and friends, man. Please, I beg you. The Grim Reaper said, okay. So the man invited the Grim Reaper in. The Grim Reaper started eating, hanging out, dancing, enjoying himself. So the man seen that the Grim Reaper was distracted, so he went over to the list. He took his name from being first and wrote it at the last place on the list. He put the list down. So as the party was coming close to an end, the Grim Reaper came over to the guy. He was sweating. He said, man, I can't lie. I had a good time. He said, now, I'm not supposed to do this, but just for you showing me a good time and invite me into your party, I'm going to start at the bottom of the list. Okay, so you had this girl one day. She was at this store and she was trying to shop. So she had trouble speaking. Her speech wasn't good. And she was asking the cashier, she said, 5-pound mackerel. He said, what? She said, 5-pound mackerel. He said, nah, man, I don't know what that is. We don't sell that here. She said, 5-pound mackerel. He said, what? He said, man, you got to speak quick. So she was getting frustrated. So she took her hand, stuck it down in her panties, rubbed it inside, and she rubbed it across his nose. He said, holy mackerel. She said, yeah, 5 pounds. Oh, shit. So I cracked myself up. I already know. Let me laugh at my jokes, man. This shit funny to me. All right, so one night, you had this guy. He was sneaking in a spot to go fishing, and they had a sign that say no fishing, so he knew he wasn't supposed to be there fishing. So he had his big old basket full of fish that he would be out there fishing all night long. So the game warden came out of nowhere with the flashlight, put it right on him. The man said, damn. The game warden said, yeah, what you doing out here fishing? You know it say no fishing. The man said, sir, I'm not fishing. He said, I see the bucket down there full of fish, but you're not fishing. The man said, no, sir, these are my pet fish. Game warden say, you think I was born yesterday, huh? He said, no, sir. These are my pet fish. I come down here every night and I let my fish out into the lake to swim around, and then I whistle and they jump back into the basket and I go home. The game warden say, you really think I'm going to go for that? The man said, I could prove it to you, sir. He said, okay, let's go. So they get the fish. The man take the fish and dump them back into the lake. Put the basket down. He sit there. The game warden timing it, looking. So 5 minutes passed. The game warden say, well. The guy say, well, what? The game warden say, your fish. Your pet fish. The man said, what fish? All right. So you had this guy sitting in his house with his wife eating peanuts. Throwing them up in the air, showing out, catching them, chewing them. His wife laughing, they watching TV. So all of a sudden, he threw 3 of them up in there at the same time. Somebody knocked on the door and that scared him. So he jerked like that, and one of the peanuts dropped right in his ear. He said, ah! He said, damn! So when the door opened up, it was his daughter and her new boyfriend. So he was like, babe, I think I got a peanut stuck in my ear. So the new boyfriend said, oh, I know how to help you. He walked up to him. He took his 2 fingers and stuck them in the dad's nose. He said, now hold your breath. Keep your mouth closed. Now blow. The dad, the peanut shot right out. He said, wow. He said, man, I appreciate that. He said, that's crazy. He said, by the way, Andrew. He said, nice to meet you, Andrew. Thank you. All right. So him and the daughter, they walked and they went in the kitchen. So the wife say, I'm glad she met somebody like him. That's a nice young man, very smart. I wonder what he gonna be when he grow up. The dad said, I don't know, by the smell of his fingers, I guess he's gonna be our son-in-law. All right, man, that's it for the joke packs, man. I had to give y'all a quick joke pack. You feel what I'm saying? I hope y'all enjoy the jokes, man. Always remember that these are jokes. Stop being so sensitive. I know America them became sensitive, but just calm down. They're just jokes. Laugh. Remember, if you ain't laughing, you ain't living, man. Big Duke out, man. Peace. Pow.